tone.
You've got several questions due.
I know.
Your life is going down the tubes. What do you do when you need advice?
Swear it gets good. Good night.
What am I fighting for?
So turn down the lights, pick up the phone and leave a message for the new client. After dark.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan After Dark. I think I'm just going to start doing that if we don't have any questions. I'll just play the outro, and then I'll upload the outro. And that'll just be like a 48-second fucking Nude Clan After Dark episode.
Mm-hmm.
Really fast download, though, no matter where you are. Anyway, we do have questions, though, or at least voice messages.
Good.
Let's see what they have for us.
If we don't, then I have a topic.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what up, New Clan? It's Angry Ass Black Dude. I don't even have a question today. I got a fucking rant. So, like...
Turn this
I know
boy
you're not
up.
supposed
Give
to
him
reveal
justice.
The cost of gifts or whatever, but fuck it. It's on the front of the fucking magazine. So I go to buy Schweiss's fucking porno magazine. And like I said in the letter, I wanted to buy him the Black Girl magazine with the fat fucking asses because I thought that would be extra funny. I go into the fucking sex shop to buy the magazine. They don't even have Black Girl magazines anymore.
What?
Like, not only do they not have Black Girl magazines, they don't even have fat asses magazines. Like, you go into a fucking sex shop to buy a fucking porno magazine, you expect to see some fucking fat asses. No. When I go in, what do I see? I see fucking hustlers. I see some fucking co-ed college bullshit. No fat asses. And then there's a Latina magazine. You figure it. The Latina magazine has to have fat asses. They're fucking Latinas. No! All the Latinas have small booties. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? When I go into a sex shop, I want fucking porno variety, god damn it. And then the second thing that pisses me off, this is goddamn 2019. The porno magazine costs $15. Why the fuck does porno magazine cost $15 goddamn dollars? You know how much free fucking porn videos there are just out there? What the fucking fuck? If you're buying porno magazines for $15 a piece, I assume you're a fucking serial killer and you're fucked up, man. And porno magazine makers are fucked up too. Fuck!
Awesome.
Well, I mean, I can see why you'd be upset by not finding any fat-ass Latino porn, especially if you find the Latino porn. I don't know. I mean, I think I bought... when I turned 18, I bought a porno, like, immediately that day, and the chick at FYE was like, oh, I guess you can buy these today. She was, like, younger, and I'm like, yeah. I was kind of ashamed, and I was like...
I mean, okay. He went to a sex shop to buy that porno magazine,
That's
right?
true. It's not like an FYE.
And you go to a fucking FYE in the mall.
I mean,
fucking
it's for your
video games,
entertainment.
music, and just like fucking like nerd stuff you could buy there too. And you probably go up to the 16-year-old's high school student, and you just flop your fucking Playboy down on the counter. It's like there's like.
Wait, did she
levels of
sell it
shame.
to you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Eh.
I'm pretty sure she would have had to get someone else who was older.
That's ridiculous.
I just like, to me, it still boggles my mind that you can go buy porn in an FYE. It's like going and finding porn at Best Buy or something like that. Yeah, I just went down to the fucking local grocery store. I mean, I guess that is possible because they used to have those. No, it's like in the fucking mall. It's just like children everywhere, all over in the store. I mean, I remember the FYE, and then like.
I don't
doing
think
a quick
they have
left
that
and right
section anymore.
No, I don't think so. But I remember going there and then doing the quick glance back and forth, and then a quick glance through the adult section just to see if anyone had like moved the marker so you can get a glimpse without like getting caught that you're going through it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm just looking at the television series.
It always made me laugh when the fucking like porn stuff was right next to the wrestling stuff.
Yeah, and it's like when you're looking at the wrestling stuff, and it's like, oh man, it ended. It's porn now. It's It's like that shirtless dudes, shirtless chicks. It's a quick descent.
It's the natural transition.
Yeah, so you there, you just my local mall porn retailer FYE.
It was really boring too.
We don't exactly have anywhere else.
No, okay. There are places. There might be few and far between, but yes, you can find them.
We don't exactly have like gas stations that will.
The only one I really know of is the Dirty Joe Punsters, I think, in Spanish Fork, just because they have billboards up for it.
Dirty Joe's does.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also there's another Dirty Joe's-esque place, like up north. I don't remember.
Yeah, so that's where you go. That's where you get people who won't judge you too much for.
That's also where you go to lose your virginity.
Oh no, they totally judge you.
But anyways, the $15 magazines. I mean, you're getting it for the articles, right? I mean, there's some professional journalism. going on
they
in
are
there.
kind of collector's items. You gotta collect all the porno mags.
Yeah.
I mean, if just think of all the guys who had to subscribe to like Playboy or Hustler from the beginning, and now have to keep up on their hobby of reading them articles. And they have to pay $15.
I wonder if anyone who really does that and then like does care about the articles, if they ever go back to older issues that they've read before and go, you know what? I wonder where she's at right now. I wonder if she realized her dream that she laid out right here.
You like look back on the porn mags you've read, and it's like, I wonder if that girl ever did what she wanted to do.
I know. I wonder if you made it. I hope you did, because you have a nice ass.
Yeah. Did I ever read that one like description on the show?
You might have at one point. I'm not
the
sure.
one where the chick was like just talking about her little hobby and like what she liked to do, and then she's like, "Oh, I also want someone to like piss on my ass or something like that." I can't remember exactly what it was, and it was like, "Whoa!" It's a complete 180. Just instantly.
Maybe the revitalization that these magazines need is just to go back to the former stars. You know, just like, hey, these were your dreams, and like where are you at now? And just like do a revisit with them.
Yeah,
and it's like, man, these hopeful people achieving their dreams. It's just an uplifting story.
I'm pretty sure they made a documentary about that. It's called Life After Porn.
Oh.
Wasn't that a depressing documentary, though?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, so I'm sorry, man. I don't know. You're just becoming a man of refined tastes.
You're just becoming a man of refined search engines, what it sounds like.
It feels a bit racist that they didn't have any magazines with black girls, though.
Yeah, that's a little weird. And that's where I thought he was going with the It's 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's because it's 2019, though. I don't know. I'm not in the game. I don't know. It's California, so you'd think there would be.
Right.
But I don't know, man.
That is a question to ask the proprietors of the
maybe they figured
maybe they go up to him and be like, "Why don't you have any magazines of black women?"
Maybe they figure the Latinos are dark meat enough, and they just like call it good. I don't know.
No,
they need some Afro porn. That's what they need, like big ass with huge afros. But Angrass Black Dude was shafted out of that.
Yeah.
This fucking bullshit operation they're running out there.
Yeah, that's time to get mad at the purveyor of your nude magazines.
Exactly. All right, let's see what else we have.
How much do you think they buy those magazines for?
The stores?
Yeah.
Don't they have the suggested retail price printed on the magazine?
Well, yeah, but that's the suggested, like,
right
after the fact for you price.
Are you looking in to get some wholesale nude mags?
No, I'm just wondering, like, if they're like
pick them up off the lot.
Because if they have the suggested price of like $15, that's ridiculous. That they're like selling to these stores for probably like $5 at the most.
Maybe. I don't know the new magazine economics thing going on.
Yeah,
the markups they're going.
We don't know the numbers.
How are they even still alive in
no,
the
they're struggling.
world?
I mean, they're struggling just because of all the changes that Playboy had to go through.
I mean, like, fucking porn sites have been around for like forever now, and they're free.
Yeah.
Unless you're Schweiss and you pay for them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to throw a few bucks here and there. I did the same thing for Pokemon Go.
I don't know if I put those in the same class,
And
but all right.
I don't have any regrets about that either. You use it, you throw a few bucks here and there. That's what you're supposed to do.
Keep the industries alive.
That's right. Yeah, I'm here to help.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Well, we feel your rage, Adrex. Ass black, dude.
Yeah, we understand. Let's see what else we have, though.
Hi, sorry about that. Looks like it's 2 parts. As I was...
Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. 159 and then 201. Glad you'd warned us. And part 1 is...
Question for you. But first, listen to the last After Dark there. You talked about all the gun stuff and how you'd like to learn more about different things, different sides of the argument, et cetera, et cetera. Not going to present any argument or political stuff, but just as a point of note for informational purposes, somebody mentioned the whole gun show loophole thing, oh yeah, you can buy a gun at a gun show without getting a background check done. That's actually totally false. Any gun show you go to, they're all FFLs. You're going to have to get a background check done. You can't just walk in and buy one. You walk in and you say you want to buy a gun and say you don't want a background check, you're going to have a bad time. So just wanted to throw that out there, prevent the spread of misinformation, etc. Now, on to the good gaming shit. Backlog. I know you guys got some backlog issues. I also have some backlog issues. The problem was to buy the fucking Witcher for $1 on Steam and shit like that. So anyway, I set myself a rule this year that I had to beat 3 games before I could buy one. And that could be a brand new game. It could be a game that was on sale. I can't buy a game until I beat 3. Now, I'm coming up with a little issue here, though. Do borrowed games count? If I beat a game that was lended to me, does that count towards the 3 so I can buy a new one or not? I need to know because there's a shit ton of good-looking stuff coming out this fall and winter, and I'm going to want to buy some stuff, but I want to stick to my rule. So, yeah, if I borrow, example...
For example...
For example, I borrowed The Witcher 3 from my brother in the past because he owns it. He played some of it. Was like, all right, this is awesome, but I had to end up putting it down. But I have plans to play it in the future, borrow from him, play it in the future. So I'm considering that part of my backlog. All right. Sometimes new games come out. I'll be like, hey, you buy this one, I'll buy that one. So I'm considering that part of my backlog. But he recently lended me an old Fire Emblem 3DS game that I had no intention of playing at any point. But my interest was piqued after he was playing the new Fire Emblem Switch, and I was like, oh, this looks awesome. It reminds me of the old Fire Emblems I like. So I'm playing this game that I had zero intention of playing, that is not a part of my backlog, never had any intention for it to be part of my backlog. Does that count as a game beat? So I know it seems like a petty thing, but
so 3 parts?
I'll stick on this because it's been good this year. This definitely helps with the backlog. So games borrowed, do they count towards a beat so I can purchase a new game? Do they count as half a game? Do I need to bump it from 3 to 4? My buddy says I need to bump it from 3 games to 4. Sorry for the wordy-ass question. Love your guys' show. Thanks.
I think we need to look no further than the 3/5 compromise.
Oh my god!
All right, so every back in the day when they were trying to divvy out the I guess the electoral votes, I think is what it was. Each state's voting power was, it's you get more for your population, right? But they would only count the black people as 3/5 of a person. So the South had a shit ton of votes because it's like, well, yeah, they're only 3/5, but we got a lot down here,
right?
So I feel like you got to look to the 3/5, look to the past for guidance, in this. So one game on the on the not backlog from your friend counts as 3/5 of a game. Call it good. I don't know.
I mean, okay, so you had no intention of playing it. So I'm going to say that was not part of your backlog. So I would say that would be the new game that you would have bought had you, you know. So you got to reset. Now you have to play 3 more games.
So now now he owes 6.
Essentially. Or 5, or whatever he had
Whatever
before.
Wherever he got to before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's dick, but yeah.
Well, I mean, he wants to buy these new games that are coming out, but if he waits, then they're going to be cheaper.
That's true. We're only helping him. If we make him wait longer, he's going to pay less overall.
Yeah.
And God knows how much he spent on these other games he already owns.
Yeah, and he's got to play the backlogs.
Yeah.
If you want to stick to your rule, you gotta keep up shit like that.
What do you think, Cameron?
No. Let's look up gun show stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
Is it a loophole or is it bullshit?
So, certain states do require a background check for all purchases. Some only require it for handgun sales. Utah itself does not require a background check, although it depends on the venue. Sometimes they will require it if you intend to purchase a firearm. So the only way for me to know is for me to go to the next gun show and find out.
Yeah.
So if they do require it, then that's great.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
But it's still unregulated private sales. You can go find someone selling a gun. You can purchase it.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, so.
I just, mine was just gifted to me. There's no documentation on me owning it.
Exactly.
Which is awesome.
And I had to fill out paperwork for the firearm I picked up on Friday.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, if it gets lost or stolen, then they have something on it.
That's true. I mean, that would imply that the police would do anything about that.
Maybe.
Which is not a high likely thing. I mean, maybe they would. Who knows? You
Who
never
knows?
know. Be like, hey, it's really... Put
No.
like a massive banana clip on it.
I've always wanted to go to a gun show.
Yeah, one of those illegal banana clips.
Yeah. You'll know when you see it.
The next gun show.
They have them a lot.
It's in the
They
shape
do.
of an actual banana.
Yeah, the next gun show is September 7th.
Nice.
And they have another one at the 29th of November.
You got cash? You got enough money to buy a gun?
Yeah, probably.
Got one of your raises? Just like... just tell them, hey, I got a blah, blah, blah raise, and they just hand it to you. That's how it works, right? Isn't that how it works? Isn't that how rich people get by?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, when it comes to the backlog, and this is a touchy one because I like purity in my stats, right? Like I'm a real...
So you don't like
really fucking
touching on
nitpicky.
games unless you intend to, at least as close as you can, completionist.
Usually, yeah. Well, maybe not completion everything, like completionist everything, but at least finish it. That's a tough one because so howlongtobeat.com is a great backlog calculator, right? You get to throw all your games in there. It charts them. It puts them in order of how long they take or like whatever, any parameter you want. Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, I was just thinking of if I saw how long it would take to beat every single game on my backlog. I don't know. I wouldn't feel like, look how much time that's going to take to actually invest in video games.
You don't even really have that much of a backlog.
No, not really. I do have a backlog, but it might just be like 30 games or so.
So mine right now, the total for my time to beat all of my backlog that I've put in, and it's not everything, is 70 days and 22 hours of my life to finish all of that.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a fuck ton of time.
And it's 60... I think it's... How many do I have? I have 75 beat and 69 backlogged. But, I mean, I backlog stuff. Like, I put 50 Cent Blood in the Sand in there, and I'm going to count it when I beat it. Because I like to use this as, like, a site to track how long things take, right? Because that's
Exactly.
the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
And I like the community aspect that the fucking site has, and I kind of love putting times down for these games that like no one has fucking played.
I still feel it'd be cool to make a section of Hogib, write an API to pull completion times from how long to beat, and then use Hogib as our own backlog.
I think it would be cool to use it the other way around too, so that like you can put in your time and it'll update it on how long to beat.
That
so
could
have like
be possible.
Have like a two-way,
depending on
two-way relationship between them and us.
We would probably have to. There'd be some development involved in seeing if there's an open API for how long to beat that we could post stuff and have it update on their platform too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is necessarily possible. Like pulling information from the site's easy enough.
Yeah.
But allowing us to post back to their platform might not be as easy.
That would be fucking sweet if we could, though. But yeah, so I mean, like, if I borrowed a game from Caleb, so let's say like I borrowed, I don't know, the first 50 Cent game, and I played through that just to prepare myself for the second one, like, I would put it on this site. I don't know if I think it counts as a backlog completed, because the idea of completing your backlog is the idea of playing things that you've already bought, right?
Yeah,
and that's kind of your
the stuff that you own.
Yeah, and that's kind of his MO here, is to play what he's already bought to justify buying something new.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't...
Borrowing stuff is kind of like outside that.
Yeah, I think that's like a secondary thing. That sort of doesn't count. I wouldn't count that really at all. Which I know is like kind of brutal, especially if you're giving yourself like, I have to play 3 before I beat 1. I mean, maybe lower the ratio a little bit, or just try to not, don't worry about having fun. Just plow through for a while, and then you can pick up those new ones. Yeah, I wouldn't count it though, because the spirit of it is you finishing things that you've already paid for, and that's not really being followed if you get something that somebody else bought.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
So the argument is, can you count someone else's games as part of his backlog?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, and I guess you could if it's like, it's kind of like counting Plus games as your backlog. It's like, well, do I plan on playing it?
He has full access to that game.
Okay.
And if he beats it, he's going to count as beat.
On your backlog, have you included any of the games that I own on PS3 that you have access to?
No.
Okay, well then there you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't include those. I would put my times in if I beat them, though.
Well,
so
yeah, you still beat them. But
and so it would look like I'm completing my backlog on the site.
I guess one way to look at it is your brother still has full control over those games, and he could, just take them one day, and you no longer have them in your backlog.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, if that's possible, then it's not really yours. So I would say Plus games don't count, too, because it's only a subscription. If you don't have Plus anymore, you can't play those games. So I wouldn't count them. But, I mean, there's also, like...
But if you got Plus again, you would have them again.
Yeah, that's true.
They're, like, tied to your account.
But that's not really ownership, though.
I know Craig's been counting some of those games towards his backlog.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you plan on beating them, I think you can count it. So, but it's not really your backlog, you completing your games.
Then we're changing the meaning of the backlog as to be games we're planning on beating.
Well, instead
of games we just own.
I say you have both. You have your actual backlog and you have your intended backlog, right?
So I can just say I fucking plan to beat Resident Evil Outbreak, and that's now part of my backlog, even though I don't have a copy of it.
That's part of your mental backlog. There's physical backlog and there's mental
so let's
backlog.
go ahead and split more hairs on this just to make it as confusing as
Yeah.
possible.
All right, so there's 70 different types of backlog.
Yeah, there are more than 2 backlog genders, all right? And we got the one where it's the actual backlog, the real backlog, and then the pretend backlog.
The intended backlog.
Yeah, which is like, oh, I'm probably going to play that game. So it's not really it's not a written down backlog, it's just one that you kind of feel. You know what I'm saying?
The games that you're like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to play that.
Yeah, that's kind of
But it's not a game you actually have.
Yeah. So I don't know, playing Jack 1 and 2. I want to play those on PS3 to get the platinums. And that's on my mind's backlog.
Dude, the plat for that first game would be a pain.
You just have to get everything, that's all. I almost did that when I played it on
don't
PS2.
You have to get everything anyway to beat that
I think
game?
you do, yeah. Because I never beat it.
It's disgusting.
And I had one orb
hate,
left.
I hate the idea of that.
Yeah.
It really bugs the shit out of me.
Well, it's not like it's that long.
No, it's not. But like getting every orb to beat the game pisses me off.
But something like that, like it's just on my intended to play list, which isn't really the same as backlog, but it kind of operates similarly. But I wouldn't count that again still in your little thing. So you're just gonna have to suck it the fuck up, man. Just play what you have to play, what you're dutifully inclined to play, instead of what you want. That's what the backlog is. That's what it's all about. Is not playing what you want, but playing what you have to play. Just like Nude Clan.
Yeah. All right.
All right, you guys good? Good? Everyone's good? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, well, guys, 385-204-3921. That's where you send your questions. Please, God, send them. We only have one left, so we'd like to hear from you, and you could then hear from us. Till next time, we'll see you.
Mankind has always been the poison.
Give up on yourselves and give up on the world.
Every puzzle has an answer.
You dumbass. Kick logic out and do the impossible. Remember that.
I'm glad I met you guys. You made me pick up on things I probably would have just gone on ignoring.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me. Believe in the